Tonight, I'm very excited to have a guest that is an artist, an activist, a humanitarian, and an overall great person that I'm honored to have on the set tonight, Mr. Edwin Gil.
Oh, thank
So
you.
excited to have you.
Thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here with you and all you people.
All of my crew, they're amazing,
Yes.
right? Yes. We surround ourselves with good people. Edwin, what I am inspired the most about you is you have such a good story. Not only do you have a good story, but you like to give back to the community and you like to express yourself. And you not only express yourself by helping others, but you express yourself by art, with art. So tell me how you started and what your story is, Edwin.
Oh my God. My story is long, but I'm going to try to make the short version of my story. So I originally from Colombia. That's my sexy accent.
I love it. Heart be still.
And I moved here in 2000 after losing my partner, the love of my life. That was in a very tragic situation. They tried to kidnap us, and he always said that he preferred die than be kidnapped. So he was fine with the people, and he died. So after that, I moved to the States. So what was hard because I lost everything in one night. I lost my profession. I lost the love of my life. I lost my house. I lost my social capital, and kind of be reborn in a city where I don't understand the language, when I don't know the culture. That was hard. But thanks God, I think God, I always say, have a path for you, and I find art. That was my first work, working in this gallery, doing the French shop and doing restoration. And through art, I start healing, and I start seeing that difference in me. And at one point, I want to take that out, not just for me, but for the community. And that's how all my social art projects start. And that's how all the different series they've been creating start, because I want people to make that reflection that when you have a piece of art in your house, it's more than a piece of art, it's more than a decoration. It's something that is meaningful, something that has soul, something that has history, and something that a dreamer, an artist create because was passing through some transition or want to express something in his life.
And I love the way you said you went through so much trauma.
Yeah.
But art healed you
Yes.
because you were able, like, other countries where you don't understand the language, we're in a foreign area. Art is something that's universal.
Yes.
It doesn't have a language. It's art.
Yes.
And you were creative and you found yourself again.
Yes, and that was interesting. The first series that I did was these trees that was floating on the sky with the roots, because that was the way how I feel at a point. And I think the energy that I was putting in each of the pieces made people kind of see those pieces of art. And I did my first exhibit that was called 100%, because it was 100 paintings painted by me. And the opening night, we sold 96 pieces. So everyone was talking like, what is this? Well, why this guy kind of connect with people through his art? And I always say, because art has soul. So when you put your soul in art, people can connect and can see it. And from that, the media start asking me about my background. They find out my story, and that's how my career started in Charlotte.
Everybody's got a story, but not everybody's willing to share their story.
Yes, that's a good point. And that's one of the things that I've been telling people, because I've been sharing my story, and I am very open with my story. And I think humans, we need to be more vulnerable, because we live in this new world that is pretending that my life is perfect, pretending that I have the perfect body, I have the perfect husband or wife, a perfect house, a perfect job. And that's not true, because we need to pass through those down moments to value and perceive life from a different perspective. So life, as an artist, they bring me to this technique with glass. That I love it, and I've been working for many years with glass. And I think glass teach me something that's very special. It's like we are going to break many times, but it's always our choice to take those pieces and create ourselves our masterpiece. So when I create these pieces of art in different communities, because that's kind of more the social work that I'm doing right now with glass, I always give that message to people. And especially with the new project that I'm doing with the Help USA in New York, is communities that maybe they don't have the opportunities that many people in this country has. So they provide the housing for veterans and low-income families. And when I share my story, when I bring the piece of art to the building where they are going to live, and I give that message, like, you see, this is made with different pieces. And that's life. Life always is going to have different pieces, some good, some bad. But it's your choice to take the good of everything and create your masterpiece to yourself.
I love that because life is about choices. And a medium of glass is not an art project that anyone would think of. Like,
No.
that is just not something that I would think of. Like, little pieces of glass, shattered glass, big pieces, small pieces, but how they all fit together to create who you are. And I think that's life. That's what I love about you, is you're really about finding yourself and about self-discovery and about helping other people find themselves, because what you said is true. We all think other people are perfect, or we want people at a certain age to think that you like live this type of life. But if you chisel away, it's all smoke and mirrors, because
Yeah.
we all like have our issues and our problems, and life is not perfect. So I think you break that down for us with art, and then also with the human factor of saying we all have to be vulnerable.
Yes.
And we all have to share, because when you're pretending to be perfection does not exist.
No,
You
and
know?
I always say the beauty of the perfection is imperfection, because it's those imperfect moments in our life that they help us to grow. I've been sharing my story. I've been talking about this. Sometimes I see people, they say, Edwin, I think you open a little bit too much. I say, maybe you need to open to help other people around you to understand that life is not perfect.
And it's not. I mean, it's
It is
not.
not.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to look at some of your fabulous art, and then we're going to come back and see how you're going to make history, what we're going to do next.
Okay, thank you.
All of that when we come back. And now I'm back with the amazing artiste, Edwin. Edwin, what beautiful art, what a beautiful project. But what I love, and I think is more beautiful, is your story of how you got here. Now, well, you told the story of losing your partner, but you also haven't told us the story about Phoenix, is where you really found yourself. Let's circle back to that.
Yes, I moved to Phoenix with a special human, a special person in my life. And when I was in Phoenix, that was very interesting, because I think life kind of confronted me with a lot of things that I thought was not there, but a lot of fear came. So they pushed me to confront my fears from a different perspective, and I use art to confront and have that communication with myself. So I create a whole exhibit that's called Without Fear, because I think the desert kind of teach me that thing, that is these plants, they are surviving the whole year with this intense heat that Phoenix has, and they always show me the beautiful of nature. So I was hiking every day, and I see these plants with flowers in 100 plus temperature in Phoenix. I say, oh my God, how they can survive. And I had this fear to be myself in here, because I don't know why. So the internal search kind of helped me to understand and confront a lot of fears that I think we all have for
course.
one reason and another reason. So that was a very special series that I did. still an exhibit, and I hope to one day I can bring all here to Charlotte, and everyone can see the special exhibit.
I love that. I love that you talked about that exhibit in Phoenix, because when you talk about fear, we all have fears. We have fear of rejection. We have fear of people not liking us. We have fear of people not accepting us. We may have fear of death. We may have fear, like, who knows? Everybody has fears. But I love what you said. You have to confront. You found yourself in Phoenix. You confronted your fears. And I think that's a way of expressing yourself in art as well as in the human aspect of life,
Yes.
is like hitting your fears head on, because everyone has them.
Yep.
We just have to know what our fears are, know probably why we have those fears, and then find out how to conquer them. You found yours by putting yourself in fear, moving to a new place, starting new, starting fresh. You had all these fear factors of like what could happen, but you moved forward and you thought, I'm just going to take the chance and see what happens. And look what happened.
Yeah, and one of the most
Greatness.
interesting things, I think, after COVID, people they confront fears from different perspective and or different situations, because definitely COVID kind of come and check all of us
Right.
in a very strong way, and I think that was one of the things that happened to me, because we had kind of this, or we pretend to have this life or this path, but sometimes it's things that we need to still learning in the process.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I've been telling people after COVID, like life has different perspective, like brings you this opportunity to grow and to learn, and from this experience we just need to keep going.
Right.
You cannot stay there, you just need to keep going. And the series is talking about that, those fears that we have from different reasons,
Right.
and that push to keep going and don't stop.
Right. That's the secret to life, right?
Yeah.
Keep going, don't stop. And I love that. It always turns back, I think, circles back to your art. You don't stop. You're always finding yourself. You're always trying something new. You're just always trying to find a way that you mirror the art with the human aspect and how to make a difference. You're magical at that. So I love that you're able to share your story. I'm excited that you're able to build on your story, create your story, and have a story for tomorrow. So it is my honor to have you on the set tonight. I think you're an amazing human being, and I just am so blessed to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for the invitation.
Aw. So we love our Edwin Gil. He's a true artist. He's a humanitarian, but overall, he's a great human being. And that's what we want in life, to really make a difference. Sometimes we don't know, the clock is ticking, when our tomorrow is going to be, just like he lost his partner. He never expected that, but he did. And so it's really about moving on, and it's really about making a difference in your life, because we only get one chance to make it right.